guys, EA have actually responded to the store pack criticism that we had when they dropped 100k packs on the second or first day of the game, depending on when the game came out for you. People were obviously not happy about that, and they have actually responded to that. Now, it wasn't technically to that, and we'll talk about that when we get there too, but there's like nothing else they could be talking about. It was a backhanded kind of way of saying it. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about preparing for the Cornerstones promo this Friday, what that might do to the market, a lot of sell and buy questions you guys have had, and hopefully this can clear some of that stuff up for you guys. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the top of the description. They're the safest and the cheapest option, and you can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. And also been trying out so many cards on stream, by the way. Like I think we tried out probably 30 plus cards today, and tomorrow's stream will be 30 plus cards. Well, today's stream will be 30 plus cards again. So as always, thank you guys for watching. I very, very much appreciate all of you. And right now we'll start with content again today. We got upgrade packs, 2x77s. Not much to say really about it. Repeatable 3 times a day, I believe, and you know, just something to do really. There's not much to say about it. And we got a training camp Evo today. That was like something, I guess. It's free, takes only 4 days to get. Okay. But the biggest thing right now is just been the gameplay. People are very happy with it. As time goes on, people are really showing positivity towards the gameplay, and it's once again hard to know for sure if that's just the honeymoon phase or whatever you want to call it, but this is the first year I think in a while that you will notice gameplay differences immediately, basically. So just checking it again with you, I was seeing so much positivity today on Twitter about it, and also wanted to ask, do you guys have any of these guys yet? Do you have Garincha yet? I came up against Garincha today, and his dribbling was pretty insane, even though it's only 78, and obviously it's technical plus, but only 78 dribbling. It seemed like it was pretty damn good, so I don't know if technical plus is just that insane this year or what the deal was, but okay, let's move on to the biggest piece of news that we are here to talk about today. So FUT Weekly Podcast tweets this out. EA send us comment after concerns that the power curve is moving too fast in FC26. Plenty to read between the lines with the eye emoji. And first of all, I just want to say, why in the world is FUT Weekly Pod getting an EA statement, but not EA tweeting it out themselves? Now listen, nothing against FUT Weekly Pod. I have nothing against them at all. It's just, why are they sending it to them and not like tweeting it out on the eafc direct account? I don't exactly know that question. But right now we're going to play this full clip, and then we'll discuss everything after.
So we've received an interesting message from EA, and we wanted to bring this to you in this little clip because it won't be in the podcast this week, where we talk about the power curve, the store, etc. And essentially what they have said is, we want to be upfront in recognizing the community's response that the power curve feels too aggressive at launch. We want to be clear, our commitment to a slower, steadier curve remains unchanged, and we're already making adjustments to ensure the experience reflects that promise, which is interesting because this is the first statement we've seen. They've said that we can talk about this statement, which has been released privately initially, but it does, you know, reading between the lines, I think we can kind of work out a few things, right?
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't really been any complaints about the power curve other than store packs. You know, when we got 100k packs on Friday, obviously there was a lot of reaction to that, and that's continued through the weekend. So I think you can read between the lines and suggest that's what they're referring to here without being completely direct about it. It may turn out to be nothing, but the fact that they are actually responding to something, firstly, this quickly and this openly, maybe not as open as I think some might like, I think it's a good sign. You know, they did say that they would communicate with us throughout the year, and the questions were, would they do that when things have gone wrong as well as right? And it seems like they are doing to some extent, but I do think some reading between the lines of that statement is required.
So once again, why, give out a statement through them? I don't exactly know. I know they had a lot of developers and like Ultimate Team guys on their podcast, so it's not, I guess, that crazy of a thing to do. I just kind of wish they would be more upfront to everybody about that, because there will be people that won't see that clip and won't see a couple of these tweets. So just, strange thing there. But yes, the exact quotes are this. They want to be upfront, and I do think they're clearly talking about store packs. I think that was Spreadsheet Josh, I believe, who basically was like, what else could they be talking about? I agree. What else could they possibly be talking about? So them making a statement on this, though, is pretty crazy. I never thought we would ever hear them talking about like store packs like this, and obviously they don't address it here, but somehow, some way, that makes it even more obvious that they're talking about this, because they can't specifically say, hey, the store packs, don't worry, we won't make them as good. Like, they can't say that. This is like the only way they can kind of go about doing something along those lines. So I think we all can appreciate that they're trying to tell us that. Like, they're trying to say, hey, we are thinking about this. It's not not going to be something we're going to take too far, whatever. Now, we have to see them do this. Like, the most important thing is seeing them not take it too far. But they did come out and make a statement saying, calm down, we're making adjustments. Well, to be fair, the we're already making adjustments part is like, okay, so they saw our feedback to the 100K packs and now they're making adjustments based on that? Or like, what do you mean you're making adjustments here? I don't know. Is that just like PR jargon? Who knows what that means? But they are very committed to this, and we'll see what happens with that. But seeing them respond this quickly, like, what do you even make of that? Think about the past couple of years. We just would never hear a peep from the content team. Like, literally, we would go 3 years, never hear a word. Post FUT Economist, now a bad year comes, and they're basically talking to us about everything now. Insane shift after one not so great year. Now, obviously, Ballon d'Or Day, Ousmane Dembele won it. Last year, we had the Ballon d'Or promo, guys. Don't forget. This was a disaster. The Ballon d'Or promo was terrible. To me, there's literally no way it comes back. That would coincided with the literal worst part in the last about 7 years of FIFA. Their worst financial quarter ever was like that month of November. So it's not coming back. I promise you it's not. We've never really seen anything with the Ballon d'Or apart from like Ousmane Dembele's Team of the Year card will be a 99 probably, and the rest probably won't be, or it'll be a 98, rest will be 97. I don't exactly know what the power curve difference is this year, but I would be stunned to see that. Now, there was a big, like, kind of pump and dump today. It was more so not like an intentional pump and dump, but just there's certain cards at the start of each year that just have hype to them, and people will spread the word that they're really, really good, and all of a sudden, oh, women's attackers are the meta. Oh my god, you gotta get the Dumernay and the Diani and whatever, and all of a sudden, they're up 30k. Nope, 70k. 30k yesterday. Now almost 100k, and then the bubble kind of burst and she went back down again to a whopping 71,000 coins. So the pump was over, right? This wasn't like an intentional pump and dump. Well, some people definitely were trying to do it, but mostly it wasn't a product of pure nothingness. This was actually, there was some merit to it. She's very, very good in game. I tried her today on stream and she probably was my favorite attacker I used. It was her and Lukman. So there is warranted hype here, but it was just a pump and dump. So you'll see these sometimes at the start of each year. We had it with like the lengthy stuff. We had it with some women's cards a couple of years ago. It's not that crazy, but we did see this today. And yeah, we will see when the next pump starts because I'm sure it'll happen at some point. And before we talk about the market, I want to talk about this Reddit post here. So there are some new roles this year and some new focuses with those new roles. So first of all, one being False 9 Attack. This guy said he was using Claudia Pina. It's amazing runs and combinations. Used Messi before he was even better. And the comments were saying that, yeah, they liked it a lot. And there were some other roles people were mentioning down here. But are there any roles out there that you guys think are slept on or underrated or really, really good that nobody uses? You know, tell us in the comments. I want to try out different types of things like this because there's so much in this game now that there's probably something great no one knows about. I mean, especially the start of a game, obviously there is, but probably something in roles and tactics as well, right? Now, let's talk about the market because I do think, you know, looking at, let's actually refresh this page here so we can get some updated prices, and it's about the same. I think what we're going to have happen here is the market probably stays on a really, really slight downward trend. So Rivals Rewards, then Rivals Rewards, it's going to go down a little bit. I do think people are overestimating it slightly because the Rivals Rewards won't be that good. There's a lot of players playing the game right now, but the rewards won't be that great. They're probably going to be okay, but they're not going to be great. So I think there's not going to be like a massive dip, but there's going to be a slight dip. And then obviously we have the full release that Thursday, right? So I think what probably will be the case here is sometime in that Thursday will be a good time to buy for that Friday sort of demand as Weekend League begins, would be my guess here. I think that's kind of like my brief outlook for it. And the cards specifically to buy and sell right now, the Ekatikes of the world, the even the Marmouches, I would say 83s, 84s, and lower. I don't really want to hold on to them into Thursday and Friday and Saturday. I don't really want to. Obviously, Friday is the Cornerstones promo too. I think what Cornerstones will affect is those cards here, the really low, higher supplied cards. Those will be affected, and the higher rated ones, like Lamine Yamal, for example, more coins will be being made here. The supply is not going to probably go too crazy on these promo packs for Lamine Yamal's, and he'll probably go up is my guess. So really, I would look to on like that Thursday, try and buy these kind of higher rated ones. Yamal's an extreme. He's 322k, but let's find like 100, like Diani would be another one too. Let's find like 100k player, 75k player that I think should do well over time. I think Vitinha actually could do pretty well, honestly. I don't hate that buy at all. Allison and Dumernay, I saw Courtois somewhere. Yeah, Courtois right here. I think I like that. I like this range of card more, and the ones lower than this are kind of the ones I'm like, yeah, I'd probably stay away from. But obviously, I'm going to say it again. If you want to make coins, buy an icon on Thursday. That's all I gotta say. Thursday or Friday. Maybe Friday. I'd say Friday, buy an icon and you'll make coins. One that's less than the absolute lowest, like maybe not a Crespo or something like that. Well, even Hernan Crespo, not even been that bad of a buy. I'm trying to think of like somebody who is a little higher than this. Buy an icon or a hero who's a little bit higher than this, and just you'll make coins. As simple as that. And okay, let's read some of your comments now. I also want to say here, I want to shout out the Texas, Arizona, New Mexico people. They still can't play the game. Still, early access. It's been almost, well, it's going to be what, 5 days here? 6 days? Yeah, 5 days, I think. Your early access is gone. Ask for a refund, please. I mean, that's ridiculous. Next up, we got Paul here. Got Khan and was disappointed at first, but he's actually really good. Made crucial saves in the tournament final for me. Fire emoji. Yes, the thing with like these keepers, the really good keepers right now, is that you'll still be scored on because some shots are like kind of unsavable, but they will pull out some ridiculous saves out of nowhere, and Ollie Khan is the king at that. I can't, I mean, you guys know if you watch my streams, I can't score on this guy. Like, I actually can't do it. And next up is Jelly Charlie. Crew sucks. I was seeing some people, you're not the only one that said that. I saw a couple Crew sucks. Saw one guy saying Cruz is actually really good for me. Too slow, and when he gets upgraded finally, he'll still be too slow even for right now, let alone at that time. A complete waste. So other Cruz owners out there, do you guys agree with Jelly Charlie on this one or not? And it was the same thing with Gerard too, because I saw most people say Gerard bad. I maybe saw one guy said like Gerard was actually kind of good for me. And next up here is Anton Gregory, who says, for example, say you get elite rivals rewards every week this entire season, finish with rank 1 in champs every week the entire season. Will that be enough coins to buy the season pass for season 2? Curious thought. Because if it's not, then clearly EA is making FIFA points a requirement for the season pass. And if I had to guess, like, yeah, you probably will have enough, but if it's probably for the rank 1 and elite div guys, can you imagine what that's like for everybody else? I mean, I cannot see if they're going to make the coins like this. They cannot keep the season pass to 500,000 coins. They cannot do it. It's too expensive. The only reason we accepted it last year was because there was no point in buying tradable cards last year. It was evolutions, it was SBCs, and it wasn't even SBCs, it was evolutions. Like, that was the power curve. That's the only reason it was okay. This year, if this coin system is here, EA has to learn that we will not accept 500k with this season. For it to be 500k, it would have to be like mind-bogglingly good. I mean, it would have to be even somehow like double as good as it was in last year's game. It needs to be cut in price, except I would assume it's really not going to be, because if the first one's 500k, what makes you think the next ones are going to be 500k? Like, they're just probably not going to be, which is obviously insane. But yeah, guys, live a couple hours for content today. Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate you all so much, and I love you all. So, peace.